Hey guys, it's Diggs back again with another video, hopping into another 10-minute game. We're playing Knight 50 from the UK. Very cool. And looks like we're playing white again. And maybe we're going to go into the Steinitz variation once again. Ooh, this time we're going into the Winawer. And I know takes is an option. I do like playing A3 though. But actually A3 he takes, I take, and maybe he takes over here. So maybe not, but I think you can still push this pawn. So let's go ahead and do that. Here comes c5, and maybe I can take here. Or not take here, but now play a3, and I think I will. I think I will. He takes, I take, he takes, I take here. He does have the semi-open file, but we should be fine. And it looks like that's where we're going with this. Whoa, queen coming in. Okay. So yeah, obviously he's making this just a little weak, and even if we just try to protect this, he could just take here, and I don't want to take with my queen, so we're gonna have to break this pin, and I'm guessing this is the way to do so. Yeah, so let's go ahead with this move. Yep, and this looks fine so far. We're hitting him with tempo. Okay. Interesting stuff. So he is making this pretty weak. I was hoping that there's like some idea of like a fork here, but I don't really see it, so I don't know about that. Actually, though, another thing we could do is put this bishop over here, and then maybe just put it over here and make it rest over there. That would certainly be interesting. But let's say we do play bishop b4. Does he just have knight here? So now he's adding another attacker, which is a little annoying. But let's see. I don't know. We could go bishop after here to knight here. I don't know what we should do. I mean, we do have bishop c5 protecting this, and I don't want to lose this bishop pair with him just taking my bishop. So maybe bishop c5, but then he has b6. b6, and then I feel like I'm falling apart because I don't know where this bishop goes then. I can put it in here, but he does get a pawn. I take, he takes, and it's a bit disgusting. So maybe I just go ahead with this knight move here first, which I think is safe enough. Another idea would be to go ahead and put this queen over here, because this pawn is a bit weaker right now, and he doesn't actually have anything to defend it, like a dark square bishop. But maybe we're dropping this piece. Oh, it's actually over here, and then what is he supposed to do? Maybe just king over? King over, and maybe I can just go ahead and develop this knight. You know what, let's try it out. I feel like if he takes here, then we have this rook pin. Wow, so he's gambiting a pawn here. But I can see why, because after something like this, I guess I take here, but then he has this takes, and then I'm about to lose this piece as well, or this piece. So it gets sort of confusing. So I can take here, but then he's going to go over here, hitting me with tempo. Maybe I just rest over here. Or maybe now this is where I can play this. But again, this still works, so maybe not. Let's go ahead and play. I don't know, maybe I should take the pawn. Take the pawn, but he goes here. Takes. But then he takes here. I think let's just go ahead and play knight f3, and I feel like everything should be a little bit safer. Interesting. So you did take the pawn, but I guess it doesn't really work anymore because he has this protected. But I think we still have to play this to kick him away. So let's go ahead and do that. And he brings back his queen over here. So if we take, obviously we might be missing a piece, which is annoying. We're going to be missing a pawn after takes. I'll probably take with this piece over here, so that's a bit annoying. So I forgot about this pawn that was still hanging after my queen move here. So I did have to take this, I guess. I can move my knight here. And I guess we do have some development advantage. So let's go ahead and put this queen here. I don't want to trade off queens. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to get a bishop onto the square, but I don't really see it just right here. We can withdraw and then play this. That's an idea. Does it work? Yeah, let's go ahead and try it. Let's move here and let's prepare this bishop d3. And we're actually really low on time because of this wacky opening. So we got to speed it up just a little bit. But I would like to win back a pawn, which is the idea with this. But now he is bringing in his own pieces, which makes it worse for me. Oh, we don't want to drop this, do we? I think we have to play here then? Or maybe here. Maybe here. Let's play here. Oh, we might drop this pawn too. I don't want to drop a pawn. So like if we go here, can you take this? It gets messy. It's so messy. Let's go ahead and play this first. Yeah, it's really messy and we're going to have to move quick. So let's go ahead here. Oh, but now we're losing this pawn, I guess. Nah, yeah. We're losing another pawn and feels kind of unstoppable, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we're not doing very good now, are we? Go ahead and take, and maybe we can put this piece over here. Yeah, so the only thing I can really see is, well, at least we do have some activity, which is nice. But we're going to find out very soon if this activity is enough. And if he puts his bishop here, actually our rooks are disconnected. So hopefully not. Hopefully he doesn't do that. And he doesn't. And actually now, is this... There's a chance that this is a drawn endgame. I'm going to take. And if he takes with the rook, I'm going to trade. And I'm going to go here. And there is a chance that this is actually drawable. So... we do have a lot of activity. I guess our opponent has to find a way to break through, but it's tough, honestly. This might be able... Oh, are we repeating moves? We just repeated moves, and it's a draw. Okay, so we did manage to blunder 2 pawns, but we still got a draw out of it, so... Obviously, we shouldn't be blundering 2 pawns ever. So let's check out how this game went. And actually, the engine does agree that it seems to be a draw at the very end, so... Good thing we were able to get a draw out of it, but... Let's check it out. So we played the advanced. What is this? The Winawer advanced variation, and he took, and he brings the queen out, and I brought this bishop out here, which I feel like is almost forced, but I took, and queen g4 was played, but this is a plus 1.26, and it's weird that it likes rook b1 because I guess it's dropping this pawn and this pawn. So the best move is to take here, which makes sense. But I guess you just have so much activity. It's kind of like playing the Scandinavian. We gambit a pawn, and my opponent brought out his queen too early, and we're developing very quickly. So queen c5 is the best move, but do we have bishop here? Bishop b4, and this is an amazing diagonal. He's not gonna be castling for a little bit. Queen c7. Maybe we could just put this bishop right here as well. Bishop d6 is a possibility. Now it's almost the best move. It's for sure up there. But yeah, this is interesting, where we're going to have some really strong bishops this game. We did sack a full pawn, but we have a lot of initiative with the development, the big lead in development. And then we have, just really strong pieces, but that's not what we play. We would play queen here, which is an okay move, and I played here, which was a mistake because we drop a pawn. Apparently, it's still good enough if we play queen takes over here. And after something like, rook g8, we don't want to take this pawn because I guess we should check it out. Oh, because we're dropping a full queen. Oh my gosh. So yeah, queen f6 is liked because now everything is protected. And can he give us this ever? No, because I guess his rook doesn't even need to be there really. But we just bring our piece back, and he has a bit more weaknesses than us. So, interesting. So, obviously, don't take that pawn because you would just be dropping a piece. And queen e4 is an idea, but we can just block with one of our bishops, and then we can just castle later on. Blocking with this bishop might be better, because if we block with this bishop, there is a pin, and when we castle away, we might be dropping this bishop. This is certainly interesting. Anyways, we did this, and he took, and I played rook c1, which is still even. And he went here. And this is where it gets very confusing, because we are down a pawn, but apparently it is still drawn. I was thinking of this move, but I was confused about like a move like h6. What happens now? Apparently queen h3 is supposed to hold things together because of this pin. So we weren't actually losing a knight. So if he takes back, then we just take his rook. And he can't take with the queen because the bishop would just take. So this is apparently still holdable, but I didn't like it very much. So I thought maybe we could reroute our queen over, but it wasn't really working very well. g3 is a blunder because apparently He can take here, and if we take back, he has queen check over here, forking this king and the rook. So G6, G3 does make a lot of weaknesses, and our king is still in the center, which is a bit of a problem. So I did not see this, but unfortunately neither did our opponent. We played here, but we were supposed to play this, so it kind of blocks his queen away from all this stuff, and it also blocks this e4 square. So the queen is actually not really in the center anymore where our king is, so our king is safe. But we missed that, and he was able to do all this. But after this, we were actually able to get some activity on the board. And with this activity, and he should play bishop c4, because with bishop c4, he's able to kind of kick away or disconnect these two rooks interference, and then he could trade this off and then push this. But he actually let me trade, and once these are traded off, it's a opposite color bishop endgame, and these are very hard to win, especially because already all our pawns are just perfect, and all I have to do is kind of just hold it together. So it's just a draw. There's actually just no way that our opponent can make any progress, because this bishop's going to stop this pawn's going to stop this pawn, and this bishop's also stopping this pawn. This pawn is weak, so this bishop can't really leave, and there's no way that this bishop can ever like come out and try to attack these pawns. First of all, because they're in dark squares, and second of all, because his bishop is just blocked by his own pieces. And really, he still can't actually bring his king over, which is interesting because there's actually just no way we're controlling all of these squares. And he has his pawn already here, so maybe he could think of like throwing this away. And yeah, h4 is up there, but it's still going to be a draw because oh, that's our h4. So yeah, if we play h4, all of a sudden it's just completely drawn because, yeah, we should have played h4. So that's a better way to do it. I played here, though, which is okay. But yeah, I guess here, let's see what happens if he plays h4. Because this is, the idea here is that he can try to bring his king in. So, oh, but we're not even forced to take, I guess. But if we do take, can he start bringing his king in? No, because we have king c7 just trapping this piece, and we're actually winning. So that's another thing that I didn't see. But that's why you got to make sure your pieces are active. And if they're not, they're not. You're just losing. If you play something like this, it's still not very good. Because, yeah, we don't really need to do anything with this bishop. We could just move this king c7 and kick back. So if we go here, if he goes over here, if he goes to a6, we just move the king over here and we're going to win back a pawn, which is amazing. Great for us. But if he just moves here, he's not doing anything. We just repeat moves. So this endgame is just totally drawn, but it shouldn't have been drawn because we were in a winning position. And by winning, I just mean that we had really strong pieces. So over here, yeah, we can play rook b1, just activating this, and it's with the threat of this, so he does have to move his queen. If he doesn't move his queen, he's about to just lose a piece. Queen takes d4. If he plays knight c6, we just play knight f3, interestingly enough. And if he ever takes, let's see, if he takes, then what happens? We take back. He's going to take, and we play bishop b5. So if he moves his queen to a dark square, he is lost because of his discovery, so he has to block. And then we're just going to take, he takes, and then we have a really active rook. And this is actually just losing for him after we just take a bunch of more pawns. Rook c7 check. Oh, rook c7 check, because if he ever goes onto a dark square, he is lost. So he can't take here. But apparently that's the only move, because if he doesn't, listen, I guess if he goes here, let's see. We have bishop g5 check, so that's that. If he goes this way, can we bring in our other piece? No, probably not, because then he could actually just take this. But we can just take more pawns, and we should be all good to go. After this check, king f1, we're safe. Though I don't really like that too much. Bishop e3 also works, because it's all good to go. But actually, with king f1, we're also threatening this move, so maybe that's why it's a bit better. And the best move, according to the injured, is just knight e7, which just blunders this away as well. So we are winning for sure. So that is interesting, yeah. So knight takes b4, or knight takes over here would just be a complete mistake. So that's why he can't. It's actually not really a free pawn. So he does. Let's go here. He takes this pawn. We still have bishop b5 check. He's probably gonna block with this. But I guess now we have this move, and now his queen is trapped. Wow. Oh no, it's not. Not just yet. He still has this move, but his pieces are very uncoordinated with this queen being all the way down here, and then my bishop's just being really strong, controlling a lot of squares. So all these squares are controlled. All these squares are controlled, so the bishops work together very well. But interesting stuff, and after rook a1, he has to go to b2, but if we go rook b1 again, he goes to queen a2, which is interesting, and it's actually advocating for just a repeat of moves, but yeah, you have to play knight e2 coming in here. So knight e2, and if he plays a6, then just bring in the knight, and it's all good to go. If he takes here, you're going to take here with check first, and then you take back, and we got his piece for a rook, his queen for a rook. So that's really interesting. So lots of cool things in this position, and I'm happy that my opponent played this Winawer, because it's something that I don't see always, but I really want to get some practice against playing it, because oh my god, it was fun. It was really fun. We never got to really castle, but still fun stuff. And we drew with an opposite color bishop endgame, so a good ending for throwing away 2 pawns. So I'm happy with the outcome. I think that should be it for today's game, or for this game, and I'll go ahead and stop the recording. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.